Welcome to my channel, Most Worth Coins, WC. Here, you'll find videos about rare, valuable, and interesting coins from around the world. Watch the videos, learn about coin history, coin values, and unique facts you won't find anywhere else. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support the channel. It really helps us grow and bring you even more amazing coin content. Thanks for watching. Let's get started. The 1991 United States 1-cent coin, commonly referred to as the Lincoln cent, represents a continuation of one of the longest-running and most iconic coin designs in American numismatic history. First introduced in 1909 to commemorate the centennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth, the Lincoln cent has undergone relatively few design changes on its obverse, preserving the legacy and image of one of the most revered figures in American history. The 1991 1-cent coin reflects the design standards and production characteristics established in the latter half of the 20th century, specifically within the era when the U.S. Mint had transitioned from bronze-based compositions to copper-plated, zinc planchettes, a change that had occurred in 1982 due to rising copper prices. On the obverse front side of the 1991 Lincoln cent, the coin prominently features the right-facing bust of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This classic profile has remained in continuous use since its original debut in 1909, making it the longest-running design on any U.S. coin. The image depicts Lincoln with finely detailed hair, a deeply set gaze, and the familiar features of his beard and coat lapel, all of which convey a sense of dignified solemnity. Surrounding Lincoln's bust are several inscriptions. At the top edge of the coin appears the motto, "In God We Trust," a phrase first mandated on U.S. coinage during the Civil War era and later made a standard on all American coins. The motto arcs across the coin above Lincoln's head, serving as a solemn expression of national faith and unity. To the left of Lincoln's portrait is the word liberty, a simple yet powerful declaration of the fundamental ideal upon which the United States was founded. Positioned horizontally and slightly above the midpoint of the coin's vertical axis, it represents the enduring value of freedom and individual rights. On the right side of the coin, parallel to Lincoln's shoulder, appears the coin's year of issue, 1991. Depending on where the coin was minted, a small mint mark letter may appear just beneath the date. In 1991, cents were produced at 3 locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver D, and San Francisco S. The Philadelphia mints coins bear no mint mark, while Denver coins feature a small D. Proof coins struck at San Francisco are denoted by an S mint mark. Turning the coin over to its reverse backside, the 1991 Lincoln cent continues to feature the Lincoln Memorial design, which had replaced the original wheat ear reverse in 1959 to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The design, created by Frank Gasparo, the U.S. Mint's chief engraver at the time, presents a finely detailed depiction of the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. The memorial's image showcases its classical, Greek-inspired, architectural lines, with columns neatly rendered to give a sense of depth and symmetry. If closely observed, within the open central portico of the memorial, a tiny engraved image of the seated Lincoln statue can be discerned, a small but intricate detail of the coin's craftsmanship. Above the memorial structure is inscribed the name of the country, United States of America, boldly curved along the top edge. Beneath it, the time-honored national motto, E Pluribus Unum, appears in smaller font, translating from Latin as out of many, one, a reflection of the country's unity formed from diverse states and peoples. At the bottom of the reverse design is the coin's denomination, rendered simply as 1 cent, in large block lettering. The denomination placement below the image ensures clarity of value, while adhering to the visual symmetry of the design. The composition of the 1991 Lincoln cent consists of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating, continuing the standard set. In 1982, when economic factors prompted the U.S. Mint to switch from predominantly copper cents to a more cost-effective zinc core, the coin weighs 2.5 grams and measures 19.05 millimeters in diameter with a plain smooth edge. This post-1982 composition is generally less durable than the earlier bronze coins, making modern Lincoln cents more susceptible to environmental damage such as corrosion or spotting, especially where the copper plating has worn thin. In terms of mintage and production quantities, the 1991 1-cent coin was produced in substantial numbers as part of the Mint's ongoing efforts to meet national circulation demand. At the Philadelphia Mint, approximately 6,159,967,000 cents were struck, while the Denver Mint contributed around 4,158,442,000 pieces. The San Francisco Mint produced a limited run of approximately 2,867,787 proof coins, meticulously struck for collectors using specially polished dies and planchettes to achieve a mirror-like finish and sharp details. Regarding value, Most 1991 Lincoln cents remain common in circulation and are typically worth their face value of 1 cent, given the immense mintage numbers and modern composition. However, higher quality specimens in uncirculated or mint state MS grades, particularly those graded MS67 or higher by professional grading services like PCGs or NGC, can carry a modest premium among collectors. Additionally, proof versions from the San Francisco Mint, with their mirror backgrounds and frosted details, appeal to hobbyists interested in completing year sets or specialized Lincoln cent collections. Occasionally, collectors seek out varieties or mint errors among 1991 cents, such as off-center strikes, double dies, or clipped planchettes, which can be significantly more valuable based on rarity and visual appeal. Notable double die obverses or reverses for this specific year, however, are not widely documented, making such errors scarce. Overall, the 1991 United States 1-cent coin represents a continuation of a proud and enduring American numismatic tradition. It preserves the powerful imagery of Abraham Lincoln and the values he symbolizes: liberty, unity, and national integrity within a small yet culturally significant object. As part of a coin series that has circulated for well over a century, the 1991 Lincoln cent remains an accessible and tangible connection to American history and monetary art, found readily in pockets and collections alike. Despite its modest value, its design carries rich symbolism and reflects the United States' commitment to honoring its foundational principles through its national currency. The 2007 United States of America 1-cent coin, widely known as the Lincoln cent, occupies a particularly important and fascinating place within American numismatic history, as it continues the proud lineage of what is not only the most produced coin denomination in the United States but also one of the longest-running coin designs globally. This modest, unassuming copper-plated zinc coin carries with it a history deeply intertwined with the nation's cultural values, presidential legacy, political ideals, and economic realities. To truly appreciate the 2007 Lincoln cent is to understand the legacy of its origins, the symbolism infused in its design, the evolution of its physical composition, the conditions of its production, and its role in the lives of both everyday Americans and coin collectors alike. The 1-cent denomination itself has been a fixture of U.S. coinage since 1793. Shortly after the establishment of the U.S. Mint under the Coinage Act of 1792, which called for a decimal-based monetary system, a novel idea at the time. Early 1-cent coins, such as the flowing hair chain cent and the wreath cent, were large, heavy copper coins, quite unlike the small, lightweight modern pieces that today pass from hand to hand or accumulate in jars and pockets around the nation. The Lincoln cent, first introduced in 1909, marked a monumental departure from earlier cent designs, both in artistic philosophy and national symbolism. The year 1909 was the centennial of President Abraham Lincoln's birth, and the decision to place Lincoln's portrait on the obverse of the cent marked the first time a real historical figure appeared on a circulating American coin intended for everyday use. Prior to this, U.S. coinage typically featured symbolic figures such as liberty personified in various guises, reflective of the then prevailing aversion to placing living or deceased persons on the nation's coinage. It was President Theodore Roosevelt, an ardent advocate for the beautification of American coins, who initiated the project to place Lincoln on the cent. The sculptor, Victor David Brenner, an accomplished metallist and artist, was commissioned to create the design, and his now iconic right-facing bust of Lincoln debuted in mid-1909 to widespread public acclaim. Brenner's design captured a thoughtful, statesmanlike image of Lincoln, distinguished by the inclusion of his familiar beard and a deeply human, reflective expression. Around this portrait appeared the inscriptions "In God We Trust" along the top periphery, a motto introduced on coinage during the Civil War in 1864. At the height of national strife and later adopted universally for American coins, liberty to the left of Lincoln's profile, and the date of mintage, in this case 2007, to the right, sometimes accompanied by a mint mark indicating its origin, a small d for Denver, an S for San Francisco proofs, or no mint mark for coins minted in Philadelphia. The reverse side of the Lincoln cent has undergone fewer but no less meaningful changes in its long history. From 1909 to 1958, the reverse bore the famous wheat ears design, with two stylized wheat stalks curving along the left and right edges, encasing the inscriptions 1 cent and United States of America, with E pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one, placed above. In 1959, to honor the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth and the 50th anniversary of the Lincoln cent itself, the reverse design was changed to feature an image of the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., conceived by then chief engraver of the U.S. Mint, Frank Gast. This new reverse was remarkable not only for its intricate depiction of the memorial's architecture, but also for the tiny image of Lincoln's statue visible between the columns, making the Lincoln cent the first regular issue U.S. coin to feature the same individual on both sides. Surrounding the memorial are the inscriptions United States of America at the top, E pluribus unum just above the memorial itself, and 1 cent at the bottom, indicating the denomination. This reverse design remained in use through 2008, making the 2007 issue part of the final years of this classic mid-century design before the bicentennial. Lincoln commemorative reverses of 2009 and the introduction of the Union Shield reverse in 2010. The physical specifications of the 2007 Lincoln cent reflect the economic realities of late 20th and early 21st century America. Until 1982, US cents were primarily composed of 95% copper and 5% zinc, weighing 3.11 grams. However, with the rising cost of copper in the early 1980s, the U.S. Mint was forced to alter the coin's composition to a more economical core of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper, achieved through a process of electroplating a thin layer of pure copper onto a planchet of zinc. This resulted in a lighter coin weighing 2.5 grams, with a diameter of 19.05 millimeters (0.75 inches), and a thickness of 1.52 millimeters. The edge of the coin remained plain, a distinguishing feature of the cent denomination throughout its history, while the visual appearance of the coin remained largely unchanged to the casual observer. These composition changes had implications for the coin's durability, corrosion resistance, and suitability for various vending and coin handling machines. The production of the 2007 Lincoln cent was carried out at 2 primary facilities for circulation coins, the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint. While proof specimens were struck at the San Francisco Mint, the Philadelphia Mint's coins bear no mint mark, a tradition dating back to the facility's earliest operations in the late 18th century. The Denver Mint's coins are identified by a small D mint mark located just below the year on the obverse proof cents from San Francisco, struck with specially polished dies and planchettes to achieve high-relief detail and mirror-like surfaces. Carry an S mint mark and are typically sold as part of annual U.S. Mint proof sets intended for collectors. In terms of mintage, the 2007 Lincoln cent was produced in vast quantities, with over 7 billion coins struck for circulation, reflecting the cent's role as an indispensable component of U.S. commerce, despite its low purchasing power. Even as inflation has diminished the economic utility of the cent, it remains an important cultural touchstone and collector's item. The 2007 Lincoln cent's significance extends beyond its monetary function. It represents an enduring piece of national identity, symbolizing principles of liberty, faith, and unity. The inscriptions "In God We Trust" and "E pluribus unum" are not mere embellishments but rather reflections of the national ethos. "In God We Trust," adopted on coins during the turmoil of the Civil War and later mandated on all U.S. currency in the 1950s during the Cold War era, expresses a collective acknowledgement of divine providence, while "E pluribus unum," dating to the founding of the Republic, proclaims the strength of unity in diversity. Furthermore, the image of the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, visible on every cent from 1959 to 2008, serves as a constant reminder of the nation's commitment to honor its leaders and preserve their legacies in public memory. From a numismatic perspective, the 2007 Lincoln cent occupies a valuable position within modern coin collecting. While the coin is extremely common in circulated condition and thus holds only face value, specimens in pristine, uncirculated states, especially those graded MS66, red or higher, by professional grading services such as PCGS or NGC, can command modest premiums among collectors. Proof versions, particularly those with deep cameo DCAM finishes, remain popular additions to Lincoln cent collections, especially for enthusiasts assembling year-by-year or mint-mark-by-mint-mark sets. Additionally, collectors often search 2007 cents for potential mint errors and varieties, such as double dies, off-center strikes, die cracks, and misaligned dies, all of which can significantly enhance a coin's desirability and market value. In the broader context of American culture, the 2007 Lincoln cent participates in the long tradition of coinage as a vehicle for national symbolism, artistic expression, and historical commemoration. Its modest size and ubiquity belie its profound significance as a representation of the nation's resilience, democratic ideals, and reverence for its historical figures. Though often overlooked in everyday transactions, each Lincoln cent, including those minted in 2007, embodies over 2 centuries of American history, from the establishment of the Republic to the modern era. As debates about the future of the cent continue, driven by concerns over production costs and economic efficiency, coins like the 2007 issue remain poignant reminders of the importance of small, tangible artifacts in narrating a nation's story. In conclusion, The 2007 United States 1-cent coin serves not only as a functional unit of currency, but also as a storied artifact reflecting the nation's artistic, political, and cultural legacy. From its obverse portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner and preserved since 1909, to Frank Gasparo's Lincoln Memorial reverse design, the coin embodies the convergence of national memory, civic values, and monetary tradition. Its physical specifications reflect economic adaptations over time, while its inscriptions and imagery convey enduring messages of faith, unity, and liberty. Whether encountered as a simple coin and pocket change, a collector's treasure in pristine proof form, or a symbolic piece in numismatic study, the 2007 Lincoln cent continues to hold a place of quiet, persistent significance in the tapestry of American history.